What the Kennedy is running
It's
for
not
president.
that much updates though. We still got to wait on a lot.
A
of
lot
updates.
of stuff is like updates from like everything else.
You got
that's been
updates
going
on some stuff.
Like it's a lot of
your topics you pulled up were newer.
What you mean?
Some of the stuff is not really updates, other than the YSL or something like that. But
yeah,
you got new stuff. You got new topics.
Yeah, but nothing like it's nothing.
Like we still need to follow up. For example, with the black lady at MSNBC.
You're always asking about that.
I know. I really want to know what happened to her. I thought she had a lawsuit. I thought the reason why she was fired because of Tucker.
Complain.
Oh, there was like a thing I was eating earlier is still in my throat. Yeah, that kind of.
Let me clear my throat.
I like to know what happened with that because NAACP was getting all in it. It was
people always. It's always an uproar, and then when something else comes, the next shiny eye. It's like we run from. But you know what? No, in all fairness. Some people do. Some people don't.
In all fairness, when we being part of the NAACP, I was at that time helping out with the legal team, and whatever calls came through, they would go and investigate. And I went with them on one mother who said they picked her son up going to school. So yeah, they may have a lot of things out there that you may see their name involved in. So you want to say, okay, hey, NAACP, what happened to that lady that got fired?
So they're still working on it.
They're probably still working on it, but they do probably have so many cases out there that they're trying to make sure, it's not anything racially profiled, things like that.
Emerald says, hey, ladies.
Hey.
Wendy says, hello, queens. And she says, Tiffany Cross. That's who you're talking about.
Yeah, we need to follow up on her and what's going on with her life.
Yeah, what's going on? Our out there investigative reporter, Wendy.
Yeah, y'all on the location. I like when they do that on the news because sometimes they'll be behind the desk. And then sometimes they'll be on the street with their little microphones talking live wherever they are.
So everybody find out what's going on with Tiffany Cross.
Tiffany Cross.
What's the latest with Tiffany Cross, right?
Yeah.
All right, so right now what we're talking about is, do you want another Kennedy in the White House? Do we want another Kennedy in the White House?
I don't really know this dude because Alyssa made a comment that he has some ties with the other side.
What do you mean the other
Republicans?
Side? What does that mean?
That some of his views is not all Democratic.
He shouldn't have to all
That's
be
what I'm
all
saying.
Democratic.
There's some questionable it's some questions about him.
So he's in the middle then.
I don't know where he's at. I just see him rise up all of a sudden and wants to run.
I think they want to put him in there because they need somebody to run against Biden, and they know that you can't really beat a president that's already seated. So they needed a name. Some people would just vote for him because he's a Kennedy.
Kennedy, yeah.
Old people that don't know nothing else.
Is he a brother son?
It said Robert Kennedy Jr. I guess that's his son.
Because I know his other son died in that plane crash.
No, you're talking about John F. Kennedy. You talking about his son,
John?
Yeah, John.
Because there was how many brothers?
It's a million of them. They all look like Osmonds too.
No, they don't.
No, the Osmonds had a big head and a big teeth.
They don't have big teeth like the Osmonds. You say they look like the Osmonds, but they got a look, but not like the Osmonds.
They all got a big head.
They don't have big teeth like the Osmonds.
They got big heads though.
Yeah, they do have big heads,
big giant heads. And you say, "Oh, you look like a Kennedy."
But that's why the one that passed away from the airplane crash, he was nice looking,
but he had a big head too, though.
Yeah, his mom helped out with that one.
His mom is good looking.
Yeah,
but they all have a look.
They have big old heads,
a look about him. He looks like a Kennedy.
I don't know about this dude. If you hear him talk, they'll show the video. Even his voice is raspy. I can't even understand him.
Okay, well, Wendy says crickets and the boy with the red hair. Okay, so let's see.
Field of the 2024 presidential race just got bigger after controversial conspiracy theorist Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced he wants to carry on the Kennedy legacy in the White House, even though he admits members of his own family don't see eye to eye with him. Take a look.
I've come here today to announce my candidacy for the Democratic nomination for President of the United States.
All right, hold on for a second.
Didn't I say his voice is raspy?
He sound like he smoked.
He's something going on. I can't.
That's not a Kennedy.
I can't understand him.
That's not a Kennedy. A Kennedy voice is "ask not what you're." It's like that East Coast.
He probably does smoke. Go ahead.
He's not a Kennedy. He's a fake Kennedy.
No, he's not.
All right, let's see.
He's a junior.
All right.
My whole family, including myself, have long personal relationships with President Biden. Many of my family members are working in the administration. Many of them also just plain disagree with me on issues like censorship, on war, on public health, and they are entitled to their beliefs, and I respect their opinions on them, and I love them back.
On the other side of the aisle, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to announce his run as a Republican, like we were going to make the mistake of thinking that was a Democrat, as he extends his so-called Don't Say Gay law to include high schools. Watch.
We're just nixing this whole idea of a teacher saying, choose your pronouns. Like, we never used to do that, so we're just not going to do it in Florida schools, and we're going to do normal school like everyone did for the whole history of our country until like 2 hours ago.
All right.
I'll say later what Sarah
Hold
said
on.
about that.
All right.
comment.
Here, everybody relax. Everybody calm
But
down.
Alyssa did go into details on why Kennedy's stand on certain things, and it's not all Democratic views.
Oh, he's just running because
I
he's
don't know what the deal is with him.
Wendy says, Tiffany crickets. We haven't heard anything.
Oh. Yeah.
He has a disease. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh.
Anaphylaxis.
Makes him talk that way?
He first of all, I don't mean to be mean, but he's not going to win with a disease.
That is mean. Because you even said Fetterman was going to have some issues.
You're not going to win with a disease.
How you know that? The name
You're not going to win if you're fat. If you're like what's his name?
Big man from New Jersey.
Fathead Jersey man. Nobody's voting for a fat president.
We had a fat president.
Back in the early 1800s or something.
Well.
But these people, they want to see their president run. Look at Biden fell off a bike trying to show that he was in shape. Remember you saw that?
Yeah.
He fell off the bike. The old man, they put this man on the bike.
That's unfortunate that because some people ride a bike until they leave this earth.
You have to have a full set of hair. You can't be a balding man.
Unless you're handsome. Like
unless you're good looking. Like if you're good looking like The Rock, you can have a bald head.
He makes bald look good.
You can't be out of shape and fat. And you can't have a disease like this man.
No, because sometimes a disease can make people feel sorry for you, like Fetterman. People feel sorry for, he has cerebral palsy.
Yeah,
let me vote for him.
But that's not president.
Know.
That's not the president.
It has nothing to do with his mind.
When we think of the president, they want him to go to Russia and shake hands with Putin. Or
remember Dole had to hold the pen in his hand?
Yeah, they don't.
That's not right.
They don't want other countries laughing at our president.
Well,
I'm telling you, he's not going to win.
Okay.
And that's why they throwing him up there.
But
because they want nobody to run against Biden.
But then again, like you said, the name alone.
It's not enough to get him
Kennedy
to win.
Name.
If he talked like John F. Kennedy Jr., he had a chance. If he was good looking and young and talked like that and was running and took his shirt off like Obama did and all of that stuff.
No, I thought Obama took his shirt off.
I thought it
was the Russian guy.
No. Obama did too. He took his shirt off. He was running in Hawaii. And they took pictures of him. And they was like, he's in shape. See? Or you get a Trump, a comb over. But they got to be rich. You see what I'm saying?
Old too.
Yeah, but he's rich. So people don't care.
Okay.
Well, he says he's rich. The tax return showed the real
a lot
deal.
of his views, the family already don't agree with him. So right then and there, it's going to push him back.
Yeah. Wendy says the woman that plays Cheryl on Cuban, Curb Your Enthusiasm is his girlfriend. I didn't know that. Okay. The woman Cheryl on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Okay.
And she said, "Stop, Kim," laughing.
Was Cheryl the one that was the wife?
That's the wife.
Okay.
Yeah. Or girlfriend of Larry David. Or was that the wife?
I thought he was married.
Maybe that was wife. Okay.
Or the neighbor's wife that he always fussed with. That's not her,
wait a minute. Which one is Cheryl?
Is Cheryl Larry's wife?
I can't remember.
Okay.
But anyway, it's one of those ladies.
Okay.
It's not the one that cussed Larry out all the time, is
that
it?
neighbor's
F
wife.
you, Larry. Larry.
Oh, that
the friend.
Yeah, his wife.
his agent, his
agent,
wife.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can't stand Larry
They're always
David.
fussing at each other.
They hate each other.
Okay.
I hate you, Larry David. I love that show so much. I wish it stayed on. This is it. That's the end of it.
Oh.
And then when they brought JB Smoove in there, that was
I know,
it.
and Vivica Fox.
Yes.
Oh, JB was like,
JB Smoove did not fit. Hey, Larry, we don't fit together, Larry. But he gonna stay there. After Larry broke up with the girlfriend,
he's still living
there. First of all, Larry David dating the black lady, and she moved the whole family in.
Right.
Then when he break up with her, JB Smoove gonna stay. Ain't gonna come out with his robe on. Hey, Larry.
He couldn't get rid of him, though. He didn't want to, did he?
We're gonna need some new toothpaste, Larry.
Wasn't he scared?
He was scared to get rid of him. And then he just became friends with him. So it's just he was just part of the thing.
Just had to deal with it.
I love that. And then he started dating Vivica Fox. It was so much.
Yeah.
I love that show so much.
Okay.
She said she played his wife. Okay, that's true.
That was it. Okay.
No more seasons coming. Yeah, I know that's the last season. That's what Wendy said. Yeah, no more Curb Your Enthusiasm. That was my only way to hold on to Seinfeld as long as I could.
Yeah, the type of humor.
And now that that's gone,
is there nothing out there that has that Seinfeld humor or that Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay,
I'm sure they got to fill that spot because he's gone, so they got to fill that Jewish humor spot. Wendy said, "I love his agent." Yeah. And her, the wife, she hates Larry. I hate you, Larry. Larry David. All right. Well, anyway, see how boring this guy is? We didn't start talking about something else. Nobody cares about this man running.
We'll see. Because I'm surprised that people are even trying to run against Biden.
Well, they threw him in there because they have to put somebody up.
Gosh, I'm thinking because usually
it's old man Biden
have a second term. Nobody runs against them.
Old man Biden is going to run. There's going to be. I'm telling y'all what's going to happen in the next few years. There's either going to be a war or a rumor of a war coming because they never change presidents when there's a war.
Right.
Now, they may be trying to do it with this war on guns because now everybody being shot. We see every news story about somebody being shot. People were being shot way before the news was reporting it. But now every single gunshot in this country is going to be on CNN.
It's on news. It's like...
So now maybe that's the war.
And they're getting...
A war on guns, so you can't switch the president out because there's a war on guns now. So it'll be something.
Right. Okay.
But they always come up with some major catastrophe when there's an election because you don't want to switch out the president.
Right. You get people nervous to think about switching leadership at that time.
So be ready for CNN.
That's a good plan. That's a good strategy.
It's a marketing strategy. So be ready for something where you can't get rid of old man Biden.
Leave him alone. We'll deal with him for another 4 years.
We have to. You can't switch out a president during the middle of the war.
But I still think that Kamala needs to step her game up because the fear that people have because of Biden being older,
she will be the president.
She needs to show more
presidential
as a vice president, doing things where people go, oh, okay, we trust when she step in, things will still be okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
Wendy says no, one more season coming. Okay, so it's another season coming.
Oh, good.
So that's good. So as far as Kennedy, I don't care.
I don't know why they showed the DeSantis right quick because the next topic was talking about the abortion and other things that. Now, they stayed on DeSantis with this whole presidential thing, and Alyssa did say what we both echoed yesterday. DeSantis at the moment does not represent Republicans like her, she said.
No.
I'm sorry. So that's pretty much saying if he continues down the road he's going, there are a lot of, she said there's like over 60% of Republicans who, when we were talking about the abortion, they agree with in case of incest, in case of all those things. And she said most people, there's a very small percentage of people who agree with him. He's going to lose a lot of their votes. I don't know who is.
At first, I thought he would win because I felt like Trump. I felt Trump would stay along the lines of the Christian conservative. But like we said the other day, I think Trump is moving away from that. and he's allowing him and Pence and the other ones to split that vote.
Yeah.
And he's going to keep his mega people.
Yeah.
Trump is going to be the next Republican nominee
If
for president.
if they continue down this road
it'll be
with
Trump.
the way the whole Republican Party has already been split.
Yeah, it's Trump.
There's very small a percentage of a conservative
That's going to vote for
that
DeSantis.
goes that extreme.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
So DeSantis, at first I thought he was going to win, but he's an idiot too. I thought he was smarter than what he is, but he's not.
Okay.
So because he's not as smart as I thought he was, I think that
he's
Trump
showing
is
his
going to
hand.
win.
He's showing his hand now.
He says he's dumb. He don't know how to play the game.
I don't think he wants to know.
I don't think he wants to win though. I think he just wants to be like, I think he likes where he is. I think he likes being the president of Florida.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, he likes
these governors are little presidents.
He just said it in the thing. He said not in Florida.
Yeah.
See, he likes being
Florida
president.
Captured and like nothing can go on in Florida because I'm the mini president.
Yeah, he's the mini president.
I say so.
Yeah, and Trump's house is in Florida. So he can only do so much with DeSantis before DeSantis start taxing him and doing all kind of stuff. Just like Disney. He's going after Disney.
Yeah.
So you have to tread kind of lightly with him. So I think he's
not ready to be at the higher level of authority as a commander in chief.
No, but he is he's ready to be the president of Florida.
Okay.
So you don't
have to show the next one then because that talks about abortion.
He'll stay the president of Florida as long as he can.
Okay.
So
I kind of read through this while you walked away.
Sale.
I read through this.
Did you see that his sale?
And my heart just kind of went, "What?"
A man eaten alive by bed bugs in Atlanta jail. Look at the jail. Look at the
that is
the sale.
The whole thing. Even looking at this photo just kind of lets you know. Really, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. And the person who has good knowledge of bed bugs, a specialist, he said he's never heard of this, but he said he gave different scenarios on how if you're bit by one, things can happen to your body if it's not taken care of.
You could
there's
get
various
infections and stuff.
And he said if there's a large number, because they feed off your blood, if there's a large number of them, that can be a possible way of, having health issues and pass away like this man did.
Well, let's look at this. LaShawn Thompson was jailed on a misdemeanor and placed in the Fulton County Jail psychiatric wing after officials judged him mentally ill. Family attorney Michael D. Harper released photos showing Mr. Thompson's body riddled with bugs. He is calling for a criminal investigation and told reporters a lawsuit is pending. Mr. Thompson was found dead in a filthy jail cell after being eaten alive by insects and bed bugs. Mr. Harper said in a statement, the jail cell Mr. Thompson was housed in was not fit for a deceased animal.
Thank you.
He did not deserve this. And a misdemeanor?
For a misdemeanor.
It's not like he was a murderer or something. I would say put him in there then. According to a Fulton County medical examiner's report, Mr. Thompson was found unresponsive in his jail cell on the September 19th, 3 months after his arrest, and pronounced dead following attempts by local police and medical personnel to resuscitate him, according to USA Today.
Isn't that sad? The conditions was just very awful.
The medical examiner's report said there was a severe bed bug infestation in his cell.
In the psychiatric ward. But
how can bed bugs be deadly? Photos released by the lawyer paint a morbid picture of Mr. Thompson, whose face and torso can be seen covered in bugs. This Atlanta.
Yeah, that's that county jail that they
Conditions of the jail cell as seen in the images is horrific. I've dealt with bed bugs for 20 plus years, Mr. Potter told BBC. I've never seen anything quite to this level, if this is in fact what I'm seeing. Bed bugs feed on the blood, and very large numbers of bed bugs feed on very large amounts of blood. Now, I have had an issue with bed bugs. You remember?
I have too.
When did you?
My issue was when I was with a friend of ours that I helped relocate to Texas, and we
the hotel,
and we stayed at the hotel. And one bed was next to the other bed as a side bed, and her son was a baby infant then. It had to have been 6 months or 7 months old, and in my bed I was fine. She woke up in the middle of the night saying the baby kept crying and crying, and she saw little blood marks on him.
It was a bed.
It was bed bugs. Yeah, yours was
mine was horrible.
Big case
at a previous house that we lived in, and I'm the only one that had them.
Yeah, the only one.
In my room, I got a mattress from somebody. Hey, anybody need a mattress?
Don't do
anybody
that no
need
more.
a mattress?
They don't
I
do
said,
that no
sure.
more since COVID. They really don't do that.
Sure, I'll take, because we had moved in. I said, sure, I'll take your mattress because I don't need to buy one, and it looks like it's in good condition. I'm fine. That mattress had bed bugs.
Yes, it did. And you can't hardly see them.
They don't come out while you're there. They wait till you go to sleep. And I woke up, I said, I had bites all on me, and I looked, I pulled the sheet back, and it was bed bugs.
They had that one commercial, that one news show where this dog.
They was eating me alive.
The dog, they had a dog. I don't know if he was in the hound dog family.
And he was being eaten by bed bugs?
No, he could smell them. They would bring him in, and he could sense.
So I
the
bought
bugs.
stuff because I didn't want him to get in the house. They didn't go anywhere else. Y'all didn't see them anywhere else in the house.
Your room.
They stayed in my room.
They feasted off of you.
They ate off of me. And I bought stuff.
Think about it. Why do they need to go anywhere else?
I got a red bone woman right here.
We gonna stay right in this room.
They was happy. They had a whole community going on. They was having a festival and everything. So then I said, I didn't even realize at first it was the mattress. I'm thinking because we travel a lot.
Right.
So I was
we
thinking,
brought something home.
I thought I brought some bed bugs.
And we've done that. We brought some
So
stuff
I'm thinking
in our
this.
suitcase.
So I got rid of my suitcase. I said, where are these? And because I looked at the mattress and I didn't see nothing. So then I said, well, they must be. Let me put something. So you buy stuff. I bought stuff to put around. Nothing worked. So then I finally got.
You did a mattress cover, didn't you?
I bought a mattress cover.
That
the bottom do the bottom and the top. And I put the mattress in there and I zipped it up, and I didn't have any problems
because
I still
sealed in there.
But I still got rid of that.
Yeah. Freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night.
I didn't even want to move the mattress out the house because I was afraid the bed bugs would fall on the way out.
Yeah.
So I said, I got to zip this thing up and get out of here.
But can you imagine?
But they was everywhere, and they was eating me alive. Like this man, they eat you alive.
Yeah. So he must not have been a big guy either. Oh, it must have been that many. Look at this photo. How do you keep your jail cell like this? Even for a minor traffic violation.
You know, when I had the bed bugs, that's why I thought I brought them back. Remember New York City was infested with bed bugs? I know if y'all from New York, y'all remember that. That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
And we had gone to New York, and I thought I brought them back. I'm itching now.
People be like this when you talk about stuff like that.
I'm starting to itch now, feeling how I felt.
What's going on? Okay.
But, yeah. Look. I thought I brought it back.
Herself.
I thought I brought it back from New York.
Because I remember that time in New York when they had
it was in the movie theaters and everywhere.
Yeah, they said, be careful. They get in your purse.
So I thought I brought those things back. And it was in that stupid mattress. They hide.
And they didn't go anywhere else. Thank God. They didn't go in any of our rooms.
They didn't go in. And I was like, you don't have no bed bugs or nothing?
How do they travel? I thought that's how they travel. It's the mattress.
Because they must have stayed in his.
They don't just crawl on the floor, do they?
They crawl on ceilings and everything.
Oh,
they
wow.
nasty. I thought maybe they stayed in his cell. Because the other inmates don't have it.
We don't know what those other cells look like. We're looking at his. Isn't that photo gross? If somebody, if you was picked up, unfortunately, for a traffic violation.
And they put you in there.
And they put you in that.
Oh
I'll be screaming all night. Get me out! Get me out!
I wouldn't even know what to do.
Get me out of this. This is nasty.
I wouldn't even know what to do.
He probably went to sleep.
Oh my God.
And they just got all on him.
Oh, stop.
And that's sad. That's sad.
I had a tick in my head when I was little.
Real little.
And I still scratched
that. You had to cut that out.
It was right here.
My mom had to cut it out.
And I still scratched that spot. So no, I don't like that. Wendy says gross, disgusting. Hello, Emerald. Hey, Emerald. Wendy says, why does DeSantis have a hard on for Disney? I don't know. You know why? Because they don't have to report to him. Disney is like, they've made themselves like their little island, and they don't listen to anything from the state
in his state.
And he don't like that. I told you he wants to be the president of Florida.
But why you messing with him?
Because he's the president of Florida.
But what is his reasons for messing with them? Is it anything dealing with gay or
that too? They did
drag queens.
They changed it. They have a pride parade now at Disney, and then they had. Remember, Mickey Mouse came out with the rainbow jacket. So it's too much for him. He's like, you guys are going.
They're in support of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, it's too much. You got the LGBTQ community that they feeding into. And remember, they're making now some Disney characters are gay, stuff like that. And then they own islands. So he's like, I'm coming after y'all.
Remember the Teletubbies?
Yeah.
People would say things about them being part of the LGBTQ. One had a purse.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you.
I don't care. Whatever.
Okay.
Well,
that's a lawsuit that man's family is going to win on that one.
Yeah. Wendy says, why is he bothering Mickey Mouse? Everybody hates it. Everybody love Mickey Mouse.
Thank you.
This man, did you see this?
This not a donkey, is it?
Is this the donkey of the day?
Because don't read the donkey.
Oh, this is the donkey of the day. Let me move him over to the end.
Okay.
He's the donkey of the day. Okay. Speaking of LGBTQ communities,
transgender.
World Athletics hits back at claims over transgender competitors.
What are they saying?
Well, here. World Athletics has hit back at claims made by transgender rights organization regarding the banning of trans athletes from women's events. Right now, they ban them from women's events.
Okay.
The athletics governing body said that the LGBTQ plus rights group Athlete Alley made a number of problematic statements and comments to Newsweek's following the decision by World Athletics to ban transgender athletes from taking part in elite women's competition. The issue of transgender athletes came to the fore after swimmer Leah Thomas, which we talked about, stormed to victory in the women's 500-meter lifestyle NCAA swimming championship. Thompson, who had previously competed as a man, beat an Olympic silver medalist into second place in the women's event. When Leah was racing as a man, he wasn't even in the top 60, I think.
Nope.
Now all of a sudden you transgender to a woman and you beat an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
You didn't swim to the end and came back, and they ain't even they haven't even done the first lap yet.
So you know how people feel about that? Come on now.
Since then, questions have been raised about whether male to female transgender athletes have an advantage over women. Why is this even a conversation?
I don't even understand.
Why is there a question if they have an advantage? They do. Here's the thing.
You just said with Mike Tyson with a wig on has an advantage.
Then if you're going to be like that and say they don't have an advantage, then get rid of female and male sports then. Everything should be the same.
Oh, blended.
Women should run against the same ball.
No, that's not going to happen.
Women box.
That's not going to happen.
Everybody boxes. Everybody at UFC. No women fighting against. It's women. Everybody fights against everybody.
I think the problem is that each transgenders, when they're transitioning to the new gender, each body is different.
Exactly.
The body mass, the medicines they're taking, the hormones, all of that is different.
Yes.
So as if they're transgendering into a new sex,
yes,
they can be stronger. They can even still be strong, and maybe not as I don't know.
It says since then, questions have been raised about whether male to female transgender athletes have an advantage over women athletes, as trans women could have higher testosterone levels and greater size and strength.
Yes,
Leah is turning into a female right now on this picture.
She looks like a man. Yes, with the big legs. Look how big her legs are.
She looks like she could take her hand and smash that lady's head next to her. Why is she racing against her?
She's the size of Michael Phelps, the male swimmer.
She bigger than Michael Phelps.
Yes. Transitioning to a female. one of the things that they were saying as the female athletes, they said a lot of them, they got scholarships, they're getting money for being a part of this sport. She comes in, beats them all, and a lot of them have lost their money. They lost their sponsorships. They've lost because they don't even get a chance to be number 3.
And that's what I'm saying. Then they get mad at conservatives for putting an all-out war against transgender, which I don't agree with either.
Right.
But because you force this stuff down people's throats, they totally, like I said with PETA, they totally turned off. You could have had people that been more sympathetic to animals.
Right.
And you know what? Maybe I'll only eat.
We understand.
Maybe I'll eat meat once a week or something.
Exactly.
But because you throwing pain on people,
you ram it down our throats.
Ramming it down our throats. You step over a human being to save a dog. You don't care about whatever is going on with black people or other people in this country.
Mankind
but
in general.
An animal locked in a cave gets all of your attention.
Boo-hoo.
You've done that so much to where people don't even care about PETA anymore.
You kind of like we're losing we're not even interested anymore.
And that's how people feel about transgender. Yeah. I don't agree with going to the extreme where they go ridiculous, like against the law to do this. If you're transgender,
what DeSantis is doing.
Yeah, it's like he's a war against transgender.
Really? I'm like, dude.
But when you put this woman, this She-Hulk, next to these little tiny women, and you might as well put Wonder Woman up there. I don't think Wonder Woman should swim against normal women.
No, she shouldn't, because she has powers that come from on high. Let it be an equal playing field. But like you even said,
Wonder Woman shouldn't swim with women. Leah shouldn't swim with women. She-Hulk shouldn't swim with women.
I use the example of Bruce.
Bruce Jenner shouldn't swim against women.
Think about Bruce Jenner in his top days as an Olympic.
Even Bruce Jenner now can swim against women.
We don't want Bruce Jenner as Caitlyn now. Yes. Doing sports against all
And guess
women.
what? Caitlyn says she agrees.
See?
She doesn't think that transgender, male to female, should compete against women.
The women. Thank you. Now, you're getting it straight from Caitlyn.
And Caitlyn is getting a lot of pushback from the transgender community because of that.
God.
But she knows because she knows she's different than every other woman.
And she can speak to that because she is an athlete who has transgender to another sex.
Thank you.
What better spokesperson, Olympic winner can say, I agree with what the world is saying. I'm sorry. I'm Caitlyn now, but I shouldn't compete with other women.
Do I understand your plight? Yes, I do. Trust me. I understand I don't personally understand, but I understand what it must feel like to transgender from one sex to another. Yeah. And you have a professional you're a professional athlete, or you're somebody in a position, and now because you're transitioning, people see you different, or you can't continue to do your job. Right. But that is what it is. Yeah. If I'm a stewardess or whatever you call them, a flight attendant, and I gain 100 pounds, I can't expect to still be a flight attendant.
If you don't fit the criteria anymore,
I can't do it anymore.
You can't do your job anymore. Then you need to be let go.
You gotta pivot to something else.
Do something else.
If Mike Tyson wants to transition, I'm sorry. You can put a wig on or do whatever you want. But if you walk in that ring looking like Mike Tyson
and built like Mike Tyson, because think about it, even if a Mike Tyson was a transition to a female,
he could still be
there's
like
still
Mike
some
Tyson.
muscles in Mike Tyson's body that would knock your face off.
This is the part where I understand. Some people have transitioned for a long time. Okay. So they no longer have that makeup. And I agree.
Body mass is different.
You wouldn't even know. You'd be like, I look like a woman. My body frame is like a woman. Right. I sound like a woman. I don't have the testosterone
I'm
levels.
Not as strong as I used to be.
So why do I have to not be able to run with women? I understand. But it's these Leahs that's messing y'all up. Right. That's just transitioning who literally got a hair job. And now you running racing against women.
What was the character that what's his name played on
Living Color? You talking about
Living Color?
Yes.
What was that character?
Jim Carrey, Wanda, not Wanda.
Whatever the name was.
Hello.
Hello. My name is.
No. No. So
Okay,
there should be
okay.
some kind of test.
Yeah.
I need to see your testosterone level. And you know what?
Mhm.
I'm going to be fair.
What?
If you're a woman and you're a She-Hulk, no. You're not getting in the ring with little girls and you built
you know
like
what?
an
As far
Amazon.
as boxing is concerned, they size you as far as you're in the group with your size.
But we
So
know
that is
some
the
women.
difference with that.
But we know some women who have a hand that could smash my head. Right?
Big hands.
And she is a female born woman.
Knock your teeth out.
I don't think she should swim against anybody because she's a man in a woman's body.
You know what? So maybe people have been saying there's other options, maybe have their own category. It's a hard
I don't
one.
know.
Not everybody's transitioning to a trend. Are there a lot of transgenders?
Even if you a male,
Athletes,
if you a man, born a man, and you weak, and if somebody push you hard enough, you will crack every bone. Why are you playing football? It's just some sports. It's just you can. I'm sorry.
But this lady right here, this transgender right here,
Yes.
who's on the top,
Yes.
she looks like a man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You look like
and
a
was
man.
just competing against men, and you wasn't. Here's the other thing too. Let's say that she was competing against men as a male and was still top of the class. Then people will be like, look, she can't go nowhere. She gonna be top.
Yeah.
Whether she it's like Michael Phelps. If Michael Phelps transitioned to a woman, people might be more sympathetic because they would say, look, Michael Phelps is winning as a man. Gold medals.
Yeah.
He's gonna win as a woman. Of course. But this person wasn't even in the top 60, 70
But
people.
people still say though that's unfair though.
It's unfair,
Even
but
if a Michael Phelps did transition.
it's unfair, but I think it's worse when you see somebody who was a lousy athlete when they was competing against men
in their male category.
and now all of a sudden you swimming laps around women
Of
because now
course.
you transition.
And we all sitting there going, of course.
So no.
So that's a hard one. This is going to be ongoing because they got to now change the laws, the rules on how these athletes are going to be competing.
Wendy says they should have their own category just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Every day we're talking about LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Every day. Okay. Emerald says transgender women should compete against transgender women and vice versa. Wendy says, what about female transgenders competing with men? Same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want a woman who transitioned to be a man to get in the ring with Mike Tyson. It's just, unless she,
If she's that size, I guess.
But she may not have the muscle mass.
But
It doesn't matter.
They're saying they've built their bodies to get to that because they're trying to transgender to that sex.
Yeah.
So what is needed for a woman to become a man?
But even women who transition to be men, a lot of them still don't have the muscle. Let me tell you something. I've had somebody who was skinny as a man hold my hands and I couldn't get away.
Right. The strength that he had.
And
even-
he's skinny. So
Right.
it doesn't matter. Men
No.
have a higher muscle tone.
But we just said.
Oh, if it's a she-male?
It's
a
if
she-hulk.
it's a she, if
You're
it's-
right.
Some women are strong.
You're right. I know some women.
Just like a man.
You're right. I know some women that can crush his head with her hand.
So I don't even know now what can they
I
do.
know women that can crush walnuts with their hands.
Yes.
And I've given it to a man and it was like they were struggling.
They still
I'll be like, girl, give it to her. She'll do it.
Thank
She'll
you.
take that walnut and go crunk. What else you need? Can you take this a cap? Can you undo this screw on this car? And she go right there and undo it.
And they solid. When you touch their
Solid.
arm, they solid. It's not flab.
Nope.
They solid women.
Mhm.
So I don't even know anymore what they gonna do with the sports thing.
Maybe do more of do people match you physically more than whatever gender they are? Maybe they should do that.
Like do a
Because some
test.
men can't. Right now they have co-ed football.
Yeah.
So there's some little boys who that's all they gonna ever play.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna never play no NFL. So maybe there should be a sport where another league where it's male or female, it doesn't matter, as long as you guys are all around the same build. It doesn't matter.
That's gonna be a hard one.
If you're a girl and you can kick as far as a boy, you can be on the team. If you're a boy and you can,
if you're a girl that's thick and you can block just like another fullback,
you can be on that team. Maybe a co-ed team. And leave this other sports stuff alone.
Yeah, I think the team thing is a little bit easier versus the individual ones. That's the problem.
Yeah,
these individual sports when you're like one-on-one kind of.
Yeah,
that's where it's hard.
Yeah,
but
because who's gonna go? Who can go against you?
She will win every swim meet.
Well, it's funny how we talking about this because staying on the line, I guess it'll be along the lines. Parents sue Kettle Moraine School District over gender pronoun decision. Yeah. 2 sets of parents are suing the Kettle Moraine School District for a decision they say violated their constitutional rights as parents. A court fight is currently happening over Waukesha County School District's decision to allow students to change their name and preferred pronouns without parental consent. The court battle stems from a 2021 incident when a student at the middle school wanted to transition from female to male and use the new pronoun in school.
That's what DeSantis is signing against in the state of Florida. The pronouns, all of that,
Okay, I can argue both sides to this, okay? The obvious side is, what are we doing? My son can go to school and start calling himself a girl, and you don't have to tell me? As a parent, that is taking away my parental rights because I need to know what's going on with my child. And you spend more time with my child than I do.
Right.
I have to work 8 hours a day. They're with you 8 hours a day. Why should I be penalized for having to go to work to put food on the table and make sure that my child can go to school because you spend more time with them?
Again, are they saying that the school does not have to inform the parent?
They don't have to tell them.
If the child is acting in gender,
if your child
re-identification kind of thing.
If you dress your child as a boy and he goes to school and changes into a dress in the washroom and wants to be called Karen, that is what the school is going to do. And they don't have to tell you that as a parent. So the parents are saying, no.
You tell me
what's going on with my child.
Yes.
Now, the argument on the other side of it is because transgender is so new to everybody, most parents are not going to support that.
So a kid
then a freer ends up committing suicide or ends up being depressed because their parent doesn't understand that, where the school might understand it and might be like, it's almost like, let's take away transgender and use another example.
Okay.
Let's say you went in a home, you're a white girl, and you have parents who say you're not dating anybody black.
Okay.
I don't even want you to talk to black kids.
Exactly.
No friend. You should not be a friend to somebody black.
Okay.
We don't do black in this house.
Right.
They go to school. The teacher notices they have a friend that's black.
A black friend. They're dating a guy that's black.
Or not even date, just a friend.
Okay.
Somebody they talk to in class. They maybe giggle with each other. It's a friend.
Right.
Do you tell the parent that? Because you know the parent don't want them talking to nobody black.
But why?
Or do you say, you are racist and that's a prejudiced thought? Our school is way more advanced than that.
Here's the thing. I see where you're going with that. And if you think about it this way, I as a teacher, and I am paid to teach your child. I'm not paid to be social worker to say, hey, Mom, your daughter is hanging out with a black guy.
Okay.
That's not my job.
But then you agree with them. They say they don't have to tell the parents.
I get it now.
See?
Because think about it. Why do I need to call you?
Okay. To tell you that your son is wearing a dress.
Communicate with you. The fact is, you need to be concerned that I'm teaching him the right grammar and reading and mathematics.
So you're going along the lines of the people that said
why.
That's why the school is saying it is not our responsibility to tell the parent that Bob wants to be called Karen.
And if the parent is in tune with their kid. Wouldn't they discern that or know that or figure that out?
Now, on the other side of the argument, somebody may say, but you spend 8 hours with my child, and when he comes home, he's not wearing a dress.
The only thing I need to say to you as a parent is if your child has brought a weapon to school.
Okay, something that can harm him.
He's endangering other kids.
Okay.
Him wearing a pink tutu,
right?
I can care less.
Okay.
He's being free. I'm assuming his parent is like okay with it.
No, they don't know.
No, she may have bought it. I don't know because I'm not getting personally into your life.
Right.
Abbott Elementary had an episode where what's her name's character got involved with the mom. First of all, one of the mothers she assumed was a chewing gum mom that didn't really care because her mom had she had a business that was very kind of sensual and sexual, and she had tattoos all over her body. So she had a what's the word when we already have an ideal of who you are?
Right. Preconceived.
Yeah, that prejudice, thinking that you are a certain way.
Right.
That mother was very involved with her kid's life, knew everything that went on. And even when they were having problems with the school being turned to a charter school, that mom was the one that stepped up and helped them be saved from being taken as a charter.
Right.
So a lot of times as a parent, you can't get too involved. You got to be very careful and tread lightly if there's concerns with the child. Like if you're thinking there's abuse, if you're thinking there's certain things that you probably can say, ooh, to the principal, I think John is being abused.
Right.
Not John is wearing a pink tutu.
Okay, so then now do you see both sides of the argument?
Yeah, I do.
Now you see where people that's against like what DeSantis is saying is that's not your responsibility as a school
as a teacher
to tell the parents that your child is transgender.
Yeah.
My job is to teach you reading, writing, and whatever.
And make sure everybody is safe.
But then on the other side, what does DeSantis and them say? Why do I have to call your son a girl?
He's saying he goes all the way. Teachers don't even need to say whatever the pronoun is.
He don't even want to name the pronoun. But you know what? Why do you have to name pronouns?
I know.
Why can't you just name what their name is?
Yeah, you're safe there, right?
Why you have to say little girl, little boy, sit down? Why can't you say Tommy, sit down with your big giant head?
Whether he calls himself Tommy or Tammy.
My name is Tammy.
Well, sit down, Tammy. Sit down, Tammy. Whatever your name is. What your name is. Tammy, sit down. So I don't know. I'm glad you brought up that example.
See, it's different. It's touchy.
Of a racist family who don't want their child to be with that particular race.
But then when they in school, they probably talk to black kids and stuff.
And I can care less because I'm a teacher that's needing to teach.
So am I supposed to get on the phone and tell Billy Bob that your little girl, your little girl got a little black friend over here?
Nope. Because me calling could even get the kid that she's talking to in trouble.
That's the problem. That's why we go to the next story.
Oh, really? This is transitioning
transitioning to the next story. Students walk out in response to the pronoun policy. They don't want you telling their parents that they are, if they're transgender, and they come to school and change up their names or whatever, because of what you said, they may get in trouble when they go home because their parents might not be as forward thinking as maybe the kids in the school are. So a few hundred high school students walked out of school Wednesday afternoon in response to the Moore County Board of Education's newly adopted Parents' Bill of Rights, a solidarity with the students that critics of the new policy fear it will endanger. On the edge of the Pencrest campus chants of protect trans youth and we exist passed over 75 or so students had a smaller group of parents and other supporters gathered on the opposite side of the street to protest. A demonstration had been planned for a week even before the school board passed the policy. Now, most of my friends, this is somebody speaking, most of my friends are trans and I know that they're closeted for a lot of different reasons due to home life, said Morgan. This bill is just giving to put going to put a lot of trans people in very harmful situations. If they prefer to be called another name and they want you to keep it private, there is probably a really good reason why. I was enraged really because it's not only an invasion of privacy, it's putting people in a lot of bad situations at home. A similar but reportedly larger walkout went on simultaneously at Union Pines High School. So these kids are fighting back. They're fighting back, saying the parents are saying you taking away our rights, and the kids at school are saying no, because you're in a whole nother, you may not understand what's going on, you trapped in another entity world. We progressive here,
Right.
and so if there's a kid who has to do all of this, there's a reason why he's doing all of that or she's doing all of that, and maybe it's because at home they can't. So I look at it
free.
Even though it's not the same as Jim Crow laws, and because I know black people hate when we compare homosexuality with black being racist and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the similarity is similar.
It's civil rights.
When they started allowing black people to go to school, then you have a whole case of, there was white kids in that school that their parents said, I don't care how many black kids is in that school, you don't talk to them.
Right.
And that there was some white kids who did talk to them.
Right.
And they know they couldn't say that when they went home because they would be in trouble.
To a school, to me, it's just hitting me. School, to a lot of kids, even when we were in school,
Is a haven.
That's your haven. That's your time to shine and know people, and your gifts be, out there, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a singer, and you are in a group of safety.
And you also meet people of different ethnic backgrounds.
And like we were saying early,
and stuff like
they
that.
may go back to a home that's just uncomfortable for them.
Yeah.
Or a home where they don't understand their freedom to wear their hair pink and to wear tutu as a boy or whatever. So I challenge, this is my challenge.
Wow. I have to fall on one side. I fall on the side of the students.
Me too.
And let me tell you why. I agree with what you said. If there is a connection that you have with your child, your child shouldn't be one of the ones that totally becomes a whole butterfly
Another person.
when they go to school.
So that means you and the parent is not on the same page.
That tells me you don't know what's going on with your child in school. I would know if people was calling my child Karen.
Thank
if
you.
his name is Charles. I would know that. Because I'm going to know who your friends are. I'm going to know when I drop you off and pick you up. If I hear Karen, they're going to make a mistake. Karen. Charles.
I'm sorry, honey.
Did you call my son Karen?
I'm sorry. What?
And then that's a conversation I would have with my son.
That was
are you called Karen when you go to school?
I love the old school episodes, y'all. I got to bring them up. Bill Cosby show. The situation with the kids. The mom and dad, Bill, Dr. Huxtable and his wife, Clara, set the kids down. And they wanted to be really clear communication-wise because something had happened recently. Are you guys feeling free to tell us what happens with you and your friends in school? And the kids was like, you guys act crazy when we say certain things. We can't go to you if my friend is pregnant or things like that. And the parents was kind of like stung.
Yeah.
I want you guys to come to us for anything that happens in your life,
yeah,
good or bad. Some kids can't do that with their parents. Not every parent is that open. So, not every parent. And there will be parents who may not know some stuff.
So this is the part, because I know people say our show is all over the place.
Yeah,
because we're conservative and we're liberal.
Yeah.
So this is the part where I'm liberal.
Okay.
I'm not, we keep telling y'all we're not straight down the line.
Yeah, we're not.
I don't vote straight Democrat. I don't vote straight Republican. I'm not straight liberal. I'm not straight conservative.
Thank you.
I don't vote always on the Christian side of stuff, because some Christians are nutty buddies.
Thank you.
And then there's sometimes where it is what it is. God says who he is.
Cut and dry.
It's cut. I'm not going to call God she, he, it, that. Ooh. and if you want to call God she, I don't care.
That's you.
Did your she God get you through what you needed to get through?
Look,
then call God whatever you want.
When
when Moses said, "What do you call me?" He said, "I am that I am."
Fill in the blank. I am your Jehovah Jireh. I am.
God didn't say,
your
"Call
Jehovah
me."
Nissi. I am.
He didn't. The Bible didn't say Moses. The burning bush said, "Call me the God
Yahweh.
of woman,
Yahweh.
the God of man."
Only
he said,
use
"Call
Yahweh.
me, I am that I am."
The God of Abraham.
That
Isaac,
don't
and
have
Jacob.
no gender. So whatever floats your boat, I don't care what you call them. Just call them.
Thank you.
Mike says, "Hi, ladies. Hi, everyone."
Hey.
Emerald says, "So I can start saying that I am a white woman and claim that on my legal documents." Yes.
Thank
if I
you.
wasn't so proud about being Black, Emerald, I would identify as a white woman.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of being Black that I can't even pretend to be a white woman.
And be
But
happy
for a good
whatever
credit
skin
score,
you're in.
But to change, if I wasn't proud to be Black, I would go down to the courthouse and say I identify as being a white woman. Change all my legal documents.
I wouldn't.
My credit score go up.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, you proud to be Black.
I'm proud to be who I am.
I'm proud to be who I
How
am.
God has created me.
Yep.
And I'm living with in my skin. Hopefully not confused, like some people could be confused and just think that they this and that. I don't know.
Emerald, I'm going to go a step further.
Mm.
I believe that I'm a skinny woman. I'm trapped inside of a big woman's body.
Some heavy women do.
Beyonce said that she's a fat woman trapped inside of a skinny woman's body.
She says that.
Yeah, she says
she likes to eat.
She likes to eat. She said anytime she stops exercising, she'll be 500 pounds.
Oh, okay. So she got to keep working.
So
out.
I'm going to do the opposite. I'm a skinny woman, and I'm trapped inside of a heavy woman's body.
One of my coworkers had we were talking about our animals, and she had a cat, and her cat, she had him for years. The cat was getting big. Real big, but young. She said, my cat for some reason thinks he's skinny.
Yeah, he thinks he's skinny.
He'll go through a tight a space and he be trying to squeeze through it. She's like, what is wrong with him?
How many times have you seen big women wear 18 sizes smaller than them?
Ooh, you like, ooh, those clothes are hurting.
So, but there are skinny women trapped inside of a fat man.
Those
woman's
clothes
body.
is in pain.
But see how far that gets you when you try to get on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Walk up to the guy and say, yeah, I'm going to get on this roller coaster. And he'll go, I'm sorry, man, there's a weight restriction. Excuse me, sir. I'm a skinny woman trapped inside of a big woman's body. Well, the big woman's body can't get on this roller coaster.
Because the scale is showing what the big woman's size is. And that's truly your size.
So, Emerald, you can go get any legal things you want. But if the police pull you over,
how do they see you?
You're gonna be like, I'm a white woman. Look at my paperwork. He gonna be like, if you don't get out this car and come.
That was when in the documentary that I was telling you guys to see. The guy was saying this to his kids as far as what's your ethnicity, what's your background, and they was naming his Puerto Rican,
Latino.
He said, what does the cops see you as
Black.
when he's pulling you over? A black man,
and that's vice versa. Because we have our grandmother was light, and some people thought she was white.
They thought she was white.
So that's what they see you. And when she was with her husband, who was the darkest man,
dark chocolate,
they saw a black man and a white woman. That's what they saw. So, now when she started talking, they be like, "Oh, okay, she black. She a light skinned black woman."
Passing.
But far away, they saw a black man and a white woman.
Yeah, and she had a different experience than my dad's mom.
Yes.
Because of her skin color.
Because of her skin color.
Because when we hear grandmas tell their stories, my grandma on my mom's side, light skin, fair skin, a lot of doors was open to her way more. She struggles like my grandmother on my dad's side.
She has struggles, but she
not as bad as because of the color of her skin.
The color of her skin. She was able to get into a lot of doors and stuff.
Yeah. So, but back to this, I do understand. I think these kind of laws and these situations that are happening are hopefully pushing parents to get closer to their children. You don't know if your kid is in the basement chopping up chicken legs.
Thank you.
And skinning cats.
Right.
Or planting a bomb.
Right.
You need to know your kids and get close to them.
Oh, we run out of time.
Okay, go ahead.
YSL attorney arrested on charges of having prescription drugs in court. Now, the only reason why I brought up these YSL attorneys, Young Thug is the one I told you that's on trial.
Right.
That have the whole Atlanta. Everybody was squealing on him and stuff.
He was
Gunna was telling on them. And yeah,
Okay.
they just messed up. The same one where they was trying to the two gang gang members was trying to cut one of the YSL's tattoos off of him. It's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. These attorneys, though, attorneys are ghetto.
Like Donald Trump's.
YSL attorney arrested on charges of having prescription drugs in court.
You said Donald Trump's attorneys look like they protected the mafia. I guess they have to have roughnecks to probably...
Another one has to write a paper. The judge told him to write a paper about along the lines of being a better colleague to other attorneys. He has to write a paper, 1,000-word paper, I think.
Well, think about it. We all
Another one said the word cap to the judge. He came up to him and he said they were saying like lying. He said it was just cap, Judge. Who talks like that? And you an attorney?
That's who he protects. That's who he defends. Light attracts light. Criminals, guys that's out there, women that are out there, they usually gravitate to a lawyer that's used to that environment. So,
Manetis, a legal representative for Young Slime Life, that's YSL, member Miles Farley was reportedly handcuffed and forced to undergo a security search. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Sheriff Patrick Labatt claims that this dude threw his phone at him. That's ghetto. However, attorney Suri, whatever his name is, says the phone accidentally hit the sheriff.
Ooh.
And the dude tossed it to the colleague during the detainment. Still, the entire incident resulted in the following charges: simple battery of a law enforcement officer, possession of pills not in their original container, obstruction of justice, and disruption of court proceedings.
So he got just the same negative attitude as the...
Oh, I know. I've seen this guy. I've seen him there. I've seen him. Defense attorney in YSL RICO case arrested after attempting to bring his prescription medication. I've seen this guy because I watched the case and I've seen him.
It's familiar.
He's young too.
Okay.
So they just ghetto, but all of the attorneys are ghetto.
You would probably have to get one. You're not going to get no Mike Pence kind of person to defend you.
Emerald says, where do you draw the line from the identifying? And Perk said, hit the like button, everyone. Thank you, Mike. Everybody hit the like button because that's the only way the computer recognizes us.
Thank you.
You got to hit the like button. Look at Mike. Mike going to be a future, what do you call those people?
What?
That you have in your chat that run things.
You know the language.
I can't think of it. Tyree Nichols' family files a $500 million civil lawsuit against the Memphis Police Department. And I agree with them.
The family, okay. $500 million.
$500 million.
Wow.
The family of Tyree Nichols has filed a $500 million federal civil lawsuit against the city of Memphis and its police department. It also names the officers who docs claim were unqualified and untrained and unsupervised, involved in the brutal beating of the 29-year-old Nichols.
Oh, wow.
At least 5 officers repeatedly punched and kicked Nichols following a traffic stop and short-foot chase on January 7th. He was hospitalized for his injuries and he died 3 days later. Lawyers on behalf of his mother, Rovon Wells, filed the lawsuit. I say take everything from him. Yeah. They're going to probably, they're going to settle.
Yeah.
They're going to settle because they don't want to pay for that. The suit likened Nichols' fatal beating to the 1955 killing of Emmett Till, adding that like Emmett, Nichols suffered a beating endured at the hands of a modern-day lynch mob.
That's right.
And these were police officers.
And they were black.
And all black. Look at them.
Negroes.
Can you imagine being their family members?
What was you thinking?
Can you imagine being their family member? I wouldn't claim them at all. I'd be like, I don't know who that is.
That's a power thing. That's like that badge makes them feel like they are
invincible.
Yes, like even above the law, even being filmed. Y'all so stupid.
The 5 officers charged were part of the department's specialized Scorpion unit. They got rid of that, didn't they?
Yeah, they trying to.
In 2021 to fight rising violent crime in Memphis, which he wasn't none of that. So why would you pull it? Did we ever find out why they pulled him over?
I'm sure they got details on that.
And why they did what they did.
I don't know. That's another follow-up we need because remember it was hints that a girl that he dated
Memphis
talking
PD
to somebody
permanently deactivated the unit after the body cam footage of Nicholas' arrest emerged in January. Yeah, they got rid of that unit. Did we ever find out? Maybe we won't know until the trial comes.
Oh, okay.
I want to hear their defense.
Me too.
Why would you run up to his car? Because we saw it all on the body cam. And yell at him the way you did, pull him out the way you did, and stomp him the way you did.
And it goes back to, because recently they had what's the two guys in the people in prison when they they're not police officers in prison. What are they?
I know what you're talking about, the guards.
They were beating up on some inmates.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking people don't realize the cameras are rolling on you.
They don't
knuckleheads.
care. And imagine if you do that with the camera. What do you do without the camera?
Thank you. You got a camera right at you, seeing you do this.
Yep.
How you gonna walk away from that?
Right.
Oh my
Wendy
gosh.
says moderator. Oh, that's the name. What they do in the chat room. Michael working his way up to be a moderator.
Thank you, Mike.
Emerald says, Mike, you also got to tell everyone about the new book. Thanks, Emerald. Now, Emerald, see, they doing it, man. Y'all doing it.
Y'all working it.
Wendy says psychopaths. That's what they were, those cops. And Perk says, I'm going. Mike says, I'm going to get the book too. Thanks, Mike.
Psychopaths.
Emerald says, my book comes tomorrow. Yes. Mm-hmm. And Wendy says for fun, correctional officers is what you was thinking.
Correctional officers.
So yes, y'all, thank you for saying that, Emerald. Make sure y'all get our book, A Joke a Day, 100 family-friendly jokes. Mm-hmm. If you enjoy our Joke a Day.
And we still do Joke of the Day.
And we still are going to do Joke of the Day. This is just volume 1 because we do a joke every day. Mm-hmm. So get you a book, tell you a joke, and you can be just as funny. Don't people always say, anybody know a good joke? And you never can think of it.
And try to be creative when you tell the joke. If you got to do a voiceover.
You don't have to read it the exact way, too.
Pretend like you
add
that new voice
stuff.
like Kim does.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank y'all. Definitely pick the book up. And if you already have it, I'm going to start figuring out a way for y'all to show us that y'all got the book by taking a picture.
So we need to follow up on...
Or hashtag or something.
A follow up on that one for sure to see why he was arrested.
Well, I think when the trial starts, that's when we'll hear. Because we got to hear their defense, other than the fact that they crazy or psychotic, like what Wendy said.
This the donkey?
This is the donkey of the day. Charlemagne the God gives a donkey of the day on the Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. Why is the baby yelling? This man's temper tantrum over a crying baby on Southwest flight to Florida. We just talked about the baby yesterday with the popcorn.
Thank you.
All right, so let's see if hopefully no commercial will play. Wait for the commercial. But this man almost lost his mind.
Skip ad.
Oh, good. Let me skip that.
A little bit bumpy and it was uncomfortable for everybody. And obviously the child was upset, but we couldn't get up and move around because of the weather, so everyone was kind of just strapped in their seats.
Mark Grabowski was on the flight. He says they were circling the West Palm area for about an hour before the blow-up happened. That's when he said the baby and another man both had a meltdown.
Just out of nowhere, the other passenger, and seeing the video, basically said, just out of nowhere said, "Shut that baby up." You would shut up. And it just escalated from there.
Grabowski documented the incident on his phone. He says when things got heated, he and other passengers tried to help calm the man down, but that didn't help.
I had headphones on. I was sleeping. Why is the baby yelling?
Grabowski says the flight attendants were quick to catch on to what was happening. They moved the mother and her children to a different part of the plane. They focused their energy on trying to help the man. He says between the weather, the blow-up, and possibly low fuel, the plane landed in Orlando.
Heading to Orlando now. He's refusing to get off the plane.
Grabowski says Southwest employees gave the man two options: to get off the plane or they would deboard everyone and forcibly remove him.
And he chose the latter. We all got off the plane, and obviously there was a lot of mumbling as people walked past. So then everyone got off the plane, and then he eventually got off the plane and was then met with Southwest security and then the Orlando police. We don't know what everyone's going through. So I hope, obviously the video doesn't portray the man in good light, the other passenger, but, maybe he's going through something, and, I guess we got to give everyone a little bit of sympathy. But it actually has sparked a conversation across apparently across the internet of, who has the rights to, everything like that. And obviously it was an unfortunate situation. I don't think anyone wanted, either party in there wanted to be in that situation.
Ray Vieva, Fox 35 News.
So This man, if you heard on the Breakfast Club, they played what he was saying. He was cussing the mother out. He said, that baby need to shut the blank blank. I'm tired of blank blank blank. We in this chamber and we got to listen to this baby. And he was cussing everybody out, the baby, everybody.
Would that been a time to give the baby
Shut up, baby.
Popcorn?
All of this stuff. So in my opinion, by him doing that, he made it worse.
He was worse than the baby.
Because you think you're going to stop the baby from crying by you getting up yelling at the baby and the mom?
He's worse than the baby.
So what do we do? If a person, because this is how we used to feel in church.
Sometimes a part of me feel like just punching him in his face.
The guy was complaining.
Yeah.
Remember how back in church, people would have a baby and they wouldn't take it out.
Right.
And you would go, can't you just get up and take the baby out?
They'll just sit there like they'll try to quiet it down, but not realizing that time frame of the baby making the noise is even worse.
What he should have done is he should have went and got the flight attendant.
Yeah.
And asked her,
can you move her?
Ma'am, I can't. This woman, this baby's crying the whole time.
Right. He's sitting there fussing in the chair.
She's not even getting up. She's not taking her to the washroom or nothing. Can you please help? Maybe move the mom to another side of the plane.
They didn't move quick enough while he was fussing.
They sit there looking at him.
I'm thinking, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. If I was a flight attendant on the plane, the moment I hear somebody,
thank you,
I would be right up
exactly
at the chair.
What's going on, sir?
What's the problem? The baby's crying. Ma'am, are you okay if we move you so he can have some
They
quiet
let that
time?
man sit there and cuss
you
her
got
out.
To shut up, black man.
And then the funny thing about it is, the reason why he gets dunked the other day from Charlemagne, he said, because you know her husband wasn't there. You wouldn't have been standing over my wife yelling, I'm the husband.
Thank you. And
he said, and then I understand how it feels because I've had babies and sometimes you can't get up because they got the seatbelt thing on and the baby's ears is popping. So he don't know what's going on.
Could have an ear infection or stomach
and
could be hurting.
They could just be scared.
Yeah.
So I sympathize, but it does drive you crazy to keep hearing a baby cry over and over again. But he didn't handle it right.
The gentleman telling the story was trying to be even sympathetic, empathetic, is that the word?
Yeah, with the guy.
To understand that he may have been going through something.
Thank you.
Something must have happened to him, because for him to just go off like that, usually we go with the mental thing.
Right.
That was a mental breakdown.
Everybody's having mental breakdown.
That's a mental breakdown.
Right before we came on, we'll probably talk about this tomorrow. Then my mom said it was another shooting or something.
Yeah.
Some kid's ball. Didn't you say, Mom? A kid's ball went into the yard.
And the man
came out and did he shoot the kid? Shot the kid and the dad.
Because the ball went in his yard, y'all. I don't know what's going on, but the enemy is loose.
So we'll probably talk about that tomorrow because I'm sure they'll do more on that story.
Lord.
But
the flight attendants, they could have handled that better.
They should have handled that way better than what they did.
Yeah.
Let's see.
They need more people with some what's the word? Flight attendants that's like, look.
No, they already, we talked about that yesterday. They get mean.
No, that's the time to get mean.
Yeah, not at regular people.
They regular when the man acting crazy and cussing the baby mama out. That's when you come up and go, what's up?
Right,
What's up with you?
Yeah.
Do you want to sit in the back?
But then he might hit you.
I don't care. It's on and popping.
Right.
Because I'm going to protect myself too.
It's easier just to clunk him over the head and tie him up.
They've done that to some people.
I would clunk you over the head.
They've done that.
Or give you something, a sedative. Stick him with a needle. Like you put an elephant out or something.
God.
He's a wild animal. So I'm gonna stick you like I would a lion.
God.
I gotta go in the lion's den. I'm have a needle right here. I'm gonna stick you just like I would if I had to go in and feed a lion.
I have to give up my seat as a flight attendant because they sit in that back area and
move him back there,
or move her because he ain't going nowhere. Remember, he didn't even want to get off the plane.
Right?
He wanted everybody
trick
else to
him.
get
You
off.
know what? Maybe trick him. Excuse me, sir. We have something for you in the back. Oh, you have something? Oh, it's a wonderful seat. You don't have to worry about hearing anybody. Then he go back there. Right here, sir. This seat, clunk him right in the neck with one of those things. And then he fall out.
Who was it?
That's what they need to start doing.
Those Tom Cruise movies.
Yeah.
Where they touch your neck or something, you go out like this.
Yeah. And And he can't sue because we didn't lie.
Right.
I said a seat for yourself that nobody would bother you. Now you're out in the back like this.
And then the rest of okay, pilot, keep moving. He's out. He's sedated.
That's what they need to start doing.
I love it. Oh.
Excuse me, sir. We have a special present for you.
Follow us, sir.
Follow us, sir.
There's peace and quiet back here.
In the back, sir. Just come back here. You want to, we know how you feel, sir. Soon as he get,
People get off the plane going, whatever happened to that man?
no, just because he was causing such a ruckus, make people look at him as they go out. He'd be just like this. So people will say, that's what happened to you. If you get on this plane acting stupid like that, you get that seat.
I'm hurting.
Go walk. We leaving anyway. You get that seat that as people are exiting off the train that everybody gets to look at. The guy or woman who was causing all the problems on the plane.
As they go by.
And it'll go around. People will say, they sedate you on planes now.
They don't mess with nobody.
They don't play. And it'll be written on your ticket. Mm-hmm. It'll say a clause on your ticket. Mm-hmm. Do you agree that if we're an emergency situation, mm-hmm. you can be sedated?
That's true.
All right. Okay. Wendy says, I already got my book. All right, Wendy.
Thank you.
Emerald says, give him a complimentary drink. Are you kidding me? To make him get more drunk? Mm-mm. His complimentary drink is a thing right in the neck.
Because that baby's still crying and that's still making him fuss.
Yes. But, all right, y'all. So that's it. That's my answer to people causing a ruckus on the airline. Right. It's sedate them. That's how you get rid of them. All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you pick up our book on Amazon. 100 family-friendly jokes. And always believe. And that was, she's sticking her head in here, Another Woods Report. See you later.